Hello. Hello everyone. This is Ina from Books and Barbands and welcome back finally to another bookish video. It's been a month since I last updated this channel. I have missed you guys. I hope you missed me. And if you're new here, welcome. Promise I won't be ghosting you guys anymore. I have an explanation. Okay, but before we dive in, again, welcome. If you're new here, I'm Ina. I post about books, but I also plan on posting more about my fangirling life. I love boy bands. I love going to concerts, and I want to include those contents in the videos that I create. So watch out for that. But yeah, I also would like to thank you for clicking into this video. This video would be about some life updates because I've been gone for a month. I have also some July reading plans I'd like to share with you about. A readathon I am joining for July, Summerween, and some other July reading plans. Okay, so it will be divided into the chapters. If you feel like you want to jump into another part of this video, feel free to do so. But for now, let's start with some life updates. Okay, so the last video I posted was a month ago. I have missed you guys, but I went into like a content creation slump, a reading slump, and just many things were happening in my life at the same time that I wasn't able to do much else. And here's the explanations. Just like to give you an idea, I've read 80 books already for 2024. Every month, it's been like 15 to 18 books, and I've been really proud of my progress. I felt like I would be finishing the half of 2024 with meeting my reading goal of 104 books. But I wasn't able to do that. When June came, I was only able to finish 4 books. I have like a ton of videos I have already filmed and are waiting for be edited, and I wasn't able to do that. I have a huge chunk of videos to edit. I have quite a number of book reviews I have yet to write, and I haven't really been reading, like I said, 4 books. I'm really sad that this happened to me, especially since I feel like I was in a really good momentum into reading, but life happens, and that's okay. But to give you an explanation, the first hurdle I encountered was my brother got sick. He needed emergency surgery, and I, as his eldest sister, wanted to help the family. I was very worried about him too, and I accompanied him in the hospital. I did bring some books to like take my mind off things, but it doesn't work that way. So I wasn't able to really read books. Even though I won't be able to read, I still have some like a backlog of videos that I can edit and upload. I also wasn't in the mood for that, and that's normal. And then I also wanted to try reading or listening to audiobooks. I just really couldn't put myself into it. The one thing that was able to bring me comfort at that point in time was BTS, which is like books and boy bands. My life. And June is the anniversary of BTS's debut. They are 11 years old now. And my bias from BTS, if you can tell from the shelf behind me, is Jin. He is finally back from the military service. He had his live, he had his fan meeting, and I was really fully immersed into celebrating his return. For 18 months, I had to live life without him, Char. And now he's finally back. So I decided to fully immerse myself in the celebrations. I did spend a lot of army fangirling with my family, who are all armies like me, and to the online friends that became real life friends along the way. So yeah, June was like my least performing month if you think about bookish content and like reading in general. But now I decided to pull myself from that reading slump and get back into reading again, because I've been buying so many books. I know you have seen many book hauls on the channel. I have some book hauls I have yet to upload. And I also had some books that came into this house that I have no plans of doing book hauls for, but they're here. They're here below me and in many other places in this house. So I feel like I have so many books calling out my name from my shelves, and there's nothing you can do when you are in a slump aside from embracing it and kicking it out when you feel like reading again. And this July, I feel like reading again. I found the perfect opportunity for me to get back into reading, and that is Summerween, a readathon by my first favorite booktuber, Gabby Reads. She is like the OG booktuber I watched. I know there are so many other people who came before her, but I remember subscribing when she only had 10,000 subscribers, and look at her now. And I still watch her content every time I see an upload from her, like immediately. So she's also an army like me, and that also made me fall in love with her more. And I haven't really joined Summerween in the past years, but now I'm super, super excited finally, because I feel like, for me, who is a romance and thriller lover, mainly, reading a thriller or a romance would be the perfect way for me to get back into the reading momentum that I've been looking for. So I've decided to join Summerween, and I'm filming this July 5th. The readathon is starting today up until July 11th, and my goal for this readathon is actually just do it over the weekend. It's a very simple readathon with 5 prompts, and 2 of those prompts you can actually already squeeze into the other 3 prompts. So technically there are just 3 prompts, and like I said, it will run for a week, but since I have many reading plans, I feel like I can actually complete all the prompts over the weekend. If not until Sunday, then until Monday, and I'll be vlogging it too, so that I could get the hang of it, the hang of creating content again. So today I'll be talking to you first, and I know I'll be talking about my reading plans for July, but it's divided into simple 2 categories. So the first one is my Summerween TBR, and the next is my ARC TBR. So Gabby created Summerween for us to like celebrate key spirit even in the midst of summer for the US. It's actually the rainy season here in the Philippines, but it's always hot, so it's always summer, I feel like. But yeah, anyway, so you just have to read a thriller or a horror book over the weekend, and that's the main prompt as well. So you just have to read a thriller or a horror book. And then the second prompt is to read in the dark or to read at night. So I feel like any of these books I could do that prompt with. So that's a given. So the next prompt is to read a book with a night sky on the cover. So for that prompt, I will be reading. The first one is an arc that was sent to me by Flatiron Books. This is Blood in the Cut by Alejandro Nodarce. So there, if you look closer, you would be seeing the night sky. And this one is a crime fiction, so I feel like it also counts as a thriller. And it says here that it's about a deeply personal vision of the streets and swamps of Miami, where the roots are crooked but as strong as mangroves. So there. Another book that I feel like would be fitting this prompt is None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. So in the cover, we have houses, and I feel like this is a night sky. And it says here it's about when a famous podcaster interviews a stranger promising to divulge the story of a lifetime, secrets emerge that threaten to expose the truth of the lives they've both worked hard to project and protect. So here, I love podcasts. Actually just love one podcast. I love Rotten Mango, and I feel like the podcast element will help get me into reading, and it will keep me involved with this one. So I decided to pick this book up, and it also meets another one of the prompts. So the other one, this one also has The Night Sky. It is another book of the month pick, and it's No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. It just says here, three sisters, two murders, and too many secrets to count. I love um, family thrillers, and I love like dual timelines. And this one has a setting 14 years ago and a setting at present. So I think this is also an interesting read. So that's for that prompt. And the fourth prompt we have is to read a book with 5 or more words in the title. So none of this is true would fit that prompt, but I still have a few more book options. Have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This is a carryover from last month's TBR. I actually plan on reading I did plan on reading this one and the rest of the series in June, but that didn't happen. So let me just start with the first book. First, so again, multiple words in the title. I'm interested because this is young adult, and young adult thrillers are usually more quicker to read. So I'm interested in this one. And it also, I think, is adopted into a series now. I don't know which platform, but I think it's best to read it first before I watch that. So there. The next book I have is a book I got from National Bookstore, So It Reads Fair. And I got it because Sai of The Engineer is Reading had an extra copy, and while we were shopping, he gave the other one to me. And it's the Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I think Grady Hendrix writes horror, and I don't usually read horror, so I hope this one has a thriller or horror mix to it. And I don't want to know what this book is about, but basically, a final girl is um, the girl who survives at the end of the horror movie, and it's a very common horror movie trope. So I think this book is about a set of different final girls in different cases, and they would be reuniting and talking. I don't know. I don't know what else would happen after that, but there. And then the last one I also got from National Bookstore, So It Reads Fair. This is How to Kill Your Best Friend by Lexi Elliott. Honestly, I don't know anything about the book, but while I was shopping there, I was interested with the title. So it just says here, if you suspected your best friend, the person you were closest to in the whole world, was a murderer, what would you do? Would you confront her? Would you keep her secret? Or would you begin to feel afraid? More importantly, why don't you feel safe now that she's dead? It says that this book is filled with secret suspense and deadly twists, and I'm very hopeful about that. Now, the final prompt for this readathon is to read a book that has summer vibes. And for that, I also will be choosing How to Kill Your Best Friend. And I have also Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. So this one I have had on the shelves for a very long time, and the cover screams summer vibes. And I was also surprised to see that the book itself is also very much a summer vibes because it is set in an island, a desolate spot in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And it says here that 6 stunning 20-somethings are about to embark on a blissful, free-spirited journey. And then one person goes missing, another turns up dead. The remaining group of friends wonder what dark currents lie beneath this paradise and who else will be swept under its secluded chaos. So, there are the books that I'll be reading for Summerween for the main prompts. But I do have 2 extra books. This is another Grady Hendrix book. I bought it thrifted from Librodega, and it's We Sold Our Souls. I was interested because it looks like a magazine cover. It's about a metal band. It says here, it's a gloriously over-the-top scare fest that has hidden depths. And the tagline is, only a girl with a guitar can save us all. So they're very interested about this. I think this is about a deal with the devil or something. So, yeah. And then the other book I have as a backup, as an extra read, is Our Kind of Game by Johanna Copeland. This was also a gift sent to me by the publisher. This book comes out July 24th. So this is a domestic thriller. And it's a debut novel that explores how men enact violence on women, how women try to reclaim their own sense of self, and the lingering effects on their children's lives. And by the way, aside from these physical books, I also have quite a number of audiobooks that I have requested from the library. They are just random thrillers. So I won't be sharing them here anymore because I don't know what I would actually end up reading. But I started listening to The Inmate by Frida McFadden like a few hours ago. And that might be my first read for Summerween because I've been listening to it while working. I am at the point where I feel like I know the plot twist of the book, but we can never tell with Frida. So I'm hoping actually that it is not the plot twist in my mind and she gives me something else. Okay. Okay, now let's start on the arc. So all of these are romance books, and I'm super excited to finally read some romances from upcoming authors and authors many of us love already. So this one in participation with the Nerd Fams um, book tour. So this is Sweetbriar. It is a dark romantasy. It came out June 26th and it is a Sleeping Beauty retelling. So I haven't really dived into a lot of romantasy, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm also excited. The next one I have is also from the Nerd Fam. This is Lies That Bleed. It is a new adult romantasy and it features star-crossed forbidden love between sworn enemies in warring kingdoms. There are also dragons, bonded creatures, monsters. We have a royal female main character and a protective hero. It came out June 28th. The next book I have is Fire Away. This one was sent to me by Sunny Babe PR. It came out July 2nd and it's part of the Bunkhouse series, but you can read it as a standalone. So this one I'm super excited about because it's a Western. It's a small town cowboy romance. It features the fake dating trope, comfort trope, and romantic suspense. The fourth book I have is from Valentine PR. The book comes out July 10th and it's Mad Love. And it's part of the Single Dad Playbook series. It's the first book of the series. It features a small town, single dad, enemies to lovers, roommate, and football romance. Next, the final book I hope I get to read this July is Once Charmed, Twice Cursed, again from the Nerd Fam. Thank you to Nerd Fam for all of the arcs. This one comes out July 16. It is a brother's best friend romantasy book. I know I only just gave the tropes of the books, but I want to talk to you about them during the reading vlog where I'll be deep diving into the books. I also like just knowing the tropes and being surprised with what the books have to give me. So I don't like some spoilers or like, yeah. So I know this is quite like a big leap after a 4-book month, but I have high hopes. It's also my birth month, so I'm super excited about this reading journey. And now, surprise, before I leave, I have a giveaway for the Filipino bookworms that are tuned into this channel. Filipino bookworms residing in the Philippines. Or, well, any bookworm that is residing in the Philippines, I am giving away a copy of The Cruel Prince because I saw this in national bookstores, so it reads fair. And yeah, to participate, just click the Google form in the pinned comment below and follow all the instructions for your entry to count. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. Please let me know which book you're most interested in, which book I should read first, and just let me know how have you been doing? How's your reading so far? I've missed you guys, and I have a lot of videos that are coming up. It would be a mixture of like current videos and my backlog videos because I just don't want to waste the footage, and I feel like you guys would still appreciate seeing them anyway. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!